I know some people have trouble with like Google Drive and stuff like that, so I'm going to go over how to use it really quickly here. So let's open up Google. You should be using Google Chrome, not Microsoft Edge or something else, because because Google Chrome is made to work with the Google Office Suite. So I'm going to open up a personal account that I have here. This is just one that I use for some extra stuff. This is Calendar, but if you have Calendar or Gmail or Drive or Docs or Sheets or any of those open, what you'll see over here is these 9 dots that says Google Apps. Click that. We can come down to Drive, open up Drive. If you just want to type it in, it's drive.google.com. This is some extra junk on here that, again, it's unrelated, but it still gives a good idea of how to use Drive. So this is Google Drive. You can right-click here, Janet, stop it, and you can do New Folder, Upload Files, Upload Folder, and then you can create documents as well. So if I do New Folder, and let's call it just Trial Folder, give it a second. So now our trial folder is right here. So I'm going to open that up. Now if I want to create a Google Doc from blank document, I can do that. Now I'll give it a name of GDoc, whatever, okay? And now it's saved, and you're going to see this say saving a bunch, basically after every change you make on any Google document. Now, Google Docs can also edit the newer versions of Microsoft documents. So .docx, .xlsx, .pptx, any of those Microsoft documents with the X at the end of it, Google Docs can work with. So if you upload them, Janet, knock it off. If you upload them, you can edit those as well. But now you see, this thing isn't in here right now, which is weird. The reason that is, you got to refresh it. There it is, name of GDoc, whatever. So if I open this up, what's nice in Google Docs is it saves automatically, and you see it just saving here. So I'm done, I'm just going to close it, right? Now when I open it up again, there it is. You see that the changes were automatically made. The same goes for if we create sheets or slides. So sheets are spreadsheets. Slides are presentations. Sometimes you have weird issues with presentations when you convert from PowerPoint. I'm just going to give this a name. But usually it works out pretty well. You might just have to like change the fonts around. You may have to move something slightly if you convert from PowerPoint. But anyways, that works basically the same way that PowerPoint works. For spreadsheets. Now you'll notice I just refreshed this. There's no spreadsheet there. It won't show up until you give it a name. The first thing you must do when you create a document in Google Drive, name it. So we're going to name this one, name it. All right, now, if I refresh, name it, there it is. So you see, it saves automatically, but you have to name it first. Now there's a whole ton of functions in here. For instance, if I click star and come back here, it's in my starred folder, or it will be in a moment. There it is, see? So those are like your favorites. Again, you can upload stuff. So I can do a file upload. I don't really have anything to upload right now, but I can do a file upload just from my regular computer. So let me see. I'll try and get something from, yeah, sure, okay, TV shows. So this is just a document that's a list of TV shows that I have downloaded for a whole other thing. So here we go. Here's TV shows. Now it's a text document, so it shows up in here, but I can also open this with Google Docs, even though it's .txt. TXT is an open format, so you can open it with Google Docs. And then I can edit it, I can do whatever I want to with it. I'm not going to, of course, but... so those are the basics. Now again, you can create new folders, you can upload entire folders, and And then there's more. You can add Google Forms, drawings, maps, sites, and other stuff. There's more apps that you can connect. Now, one of the important things is sharing. So if I wanted to share this, so let's say I want to share my TV shows. One other thing you'll notice too is sometimes it will create a copy of a document. So like in this case, when it opens up .txt, it converts it to a doc and saves it. It will do the same thing with older Microsoft files. But at any rate, let's say I wanted to share this, to send it to a friend and say, here are the TV shows that I have. If you want to, I can give them to you. We would do share, enter in the name of the person. So, okay. Anyways, enter in the name of a person. So I'm just going to put myself in here. Now, you can click, can edit, can comment, or can view. And the difference is, can edit means the person can change anything they want. Can comment means they cannot change the content. They can only put a comment on it. Can view means they can't even comment on it, they can just see it. And you have to be careful about which one you choose depending on who you're sharing it with. Now, there's another way to share, which is get shareable link. And in this case, anyone with the link can view this, but you can change it so that anyone with a link can edit or can comment. And then you would copy that link, and now it's on the clipboard. So now, for instance, I could cancel this, say done. I can open up Gmail. I hope there's no mail in here. Yeah, Google security alerts, cool. But now what I can do is put that right there, and anyone I send it to will have that document available. In this case, for viewing, because those are the permissions that I gave, but you can make it editable, you can make it commentable. At any rate, I'm going to close that. Those are the basics of Google's Drive. That's it. One other last thing, there is a program called Google Backup and Sync. Now I've been told, it's this one, I've been told that it doesn't work with certain organizations and schools and stuff. Honestly though, I've never had that problem. It's always worked with every Google account that I've had. Everyone. Whether it's supposed to be the case, I don't know, but it has. So you would download Backup and Sync, and it's just an installer. You double click it and it runs. And what that gives you is this. You see it puts Google Drive right into Windows. And so, so what's nice is that I can now open this up and go into, whatever it is that I have in Google Drive, and I can change it, modify it, edit it, just like I would a regular document. So, for instance, if there is a Word document, here's a Word document, I can double click that, and this will open up right in Word like it normally would. So that makes it nice too. Then it's sort of Google combined directly into your computer. So I would suggest using that. They have it for Windows and Mac. I would recommend it. The only downside is it makes a copy of all of these files on your computer. It copies them to your computer. And then whatever the most recent copy is from any device around the world, that's the one that it saves, that it synchronizes to all of the rest. So it does take up space on your computer. Right now I think I'm using like 14 gigabytes of space for my particular work stuff, which is fine with me because space tends to be cheap, but it's fine with me on this computer. I have another smaller, far weaker, worse computer that does not have space, and I don't have Google Sync on it. I don't have Backup and Sync on it because it would be too large. So that's a consideration. It depends on how much you store with Drive. One other quick thing. If you want to download things, you just right-click them. And when you right-click, there are lots of options. So you can share from here. You can get the link. You can move it to another folder. Like I can move it back to one of these folders. Not going to, but you can right-click it and get lots of information. You can do view details and see who modified it last, who opened it last, who created it, add a description. You can do these other things, and see different activity. And what's nice about that is when you open up a document or sheets or slides, you can go to File, Version History, See Version History, and now any change that was made is going to show up here, and it's going to show up and say when it happened. So you see I made a change at 12:40, it's 12:49 now, I made another change at 12:41. So that version history is stored, and you'll see a bit of the version history here, a bit. If you want to download it though, you can right click and do download, and you see it says converting to Word. Now, name of gdoc.word. So let's do show in folder. It's on my desktop, okay. Double click. And there it is as a Word document. It will automatically convert it into Microsoft because there is an offline Google Docs thing, but Google doesn't have its real own separate full Office suite like Microsoft does. So the default is to convert it to Microsoft. So if you need to save it to like a network drive, save the document that you made on here to a network drive, that's how you do it. You can do download. Now, there's other ways to do it, of course. You can open this up and you can do File, where is it? File, Download, and you can choose any of these different ones. So you can actually download it directly as a PDF, as Microsoft Word, and there are others. You'll want just one of those, Microsoft Word or PDF. But there are others if you've got a need for it. That's the bulk of it. So the other thing is you can move these to trash from within Google Drive. By the way, this is the Docs screen. It's basically Drive, but it only shows the documents. So you can move these things to trash, and you see it went to trash. But you've got to occasionally empty the trash. There you go. I think that's it. If you have any questions, shoot me a message or whatever. Wonderful. If you have any questions, let me know. This stuff's fairly easy and fairly intuitive, but you've got to play around with it to really get used to it and to get good at it. All right. Good luck.